What the above definition highlights is that marketing is a program by which an organization accomplishes the distribution of its goods and services. The program involves discovering and knowing properly the consumer needs and translating these needs into products and then presenting these products to the public. This is precisely what we at Universal Brokerage Services Limited are doing presently by organizing such a meeting of such nature to introduce life assurance to employees of the universities and colleges. The insurance market, just like any other market, is made up of the insuring public, the buyers, the insurers, the sellers, and we, the intermediary, the brokers. No matter how attractive a product may be designed and packaged, the consumer generally will not seek out the insurance company. The products need to be presented to the public, and the insurance intermediary therefore has a great role to play in the marketing process in view of the intangible nature of the product. In view of this importance of the broker in the marketing process, a brief outline of the broker will be made. The broker rendered valuable services to the insurance industry since they bring the insuring public and the insurers together. Such, in fact, is the confidence of the public in the broker that do not at times know the name of their insurer. The broker are rewarded for their services by commission, otherwise than brokerage. Life assurance, as we know it today, was evolved with the object of providing for the dependents of the principal wage earner in the event of his death. In other words, the wage earner recognizing that he has obligation towards those who are dependent upon him for their economic well-being and who may outlive, makes provision for satisfying these needs. Another certainty of life is that with increasing age, one is unable to work at full pace. Therefore, those who live enough must be too old someday that they would be unable to work to support themselves. In essence, this is why life assurance is important, and the insurance companies present in this meeting today provide various life assurance products such as term assurance, pure endowment, whole life assurance, endowment assurance, educational endowment, fatal accident, and they have newly modified product like life endowment policy, anticipated endowment policy. This insurance company present here today would have to address this. A representative from the companies will make a brief presentation on the aforementioned product. At this juncture, I have no doubt about the ability and willingness of the universities and colleges employees to take this life assurance product for their future. I now declare the meeting formally open. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Mohamed Koloma. Sanko, sorry, Mr. Sanko. At this junction again, I call on Mr. Eric Junisa to do the introduction of the participants.
to welcome everybody in this gathering. We have participants from various institutions. I just want to quickly go by institutions from the universities and colleges. I want to welcome the Eastern Polytechnic from Kenema. I want to welcome the Freetown Teachers College. I also want to welcome the Institute of Public Administration and Management, IPAM. I also want to welcome the Anisbai University. From the far end, again, I want to welcome the Bond Technical College. I also want to welcome the College of Medicine and Allied Health Science, Commerce. I also want to go to the next side that has to do with the insurance companies. In our midst, ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome Oral Insurance Company. I also want to welcome Staco Insurance Company. I want to welcome the National Insurance Company, NIC. I also want to welcome International Insurance Company. I also want to welcome Capital Express Assurance. I also want to welcome Sierra Leone Insurance Company, SLICO. Last but not least, from the insurances, I want to welcome Reliance Insurance Trust Corporation, RITCOP. We also have participants in our midst from different institutions. I want to welcome all media houses that are present here this morning. And I want to say a very big thank you to you all for coming. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Eric Junisa, for that presentation. Now we are going to item number 5, purpose of the meeting by Mr. Almami Koroma. Can you please come here?
Good morning, everybody. Today, I'm here to declare the purpose of the meeting. As we all know, this is an insurance program, and the essence of transferring risk from family, institution, and other sectors of life to insurance companies did not start today. And over the decades now, insurance companies in Sierra Leone have extended their facilities to so many institutions in Sierra Leone. However, companies like NIC, International Insurance Company, Staco, RITCOP, SLICO, Capital Express have been doing extremely well in the life of Sierra Leonean. Nevertheless, companies have insured over hundreds of thousands of Sierra Leoneans, but yet there are still more to do. And today, through the Universal Brokerage Services, it was thought that at least these things need to be extended to universities and colleges in Sierra Leone. And we are here today to discuss the way forward and see how best workers in this sector of life or institution can be included in these marvelous policies insurance companies have in this country. I welcome you all, and I want to thank you as we come to discuss the issue of universities being part of insurance companies. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Almami Koroma, for that presentation. And we invited these people to introduce life assurance products to them. But at the tail end of the program, the keynote address speakers will have to do a lot. But at this juncture, I would like to invite a representative from the Insurance Association to make a statement. Please. From the Leone Insurance Association to make a statement.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. I'm going to stand on existing protocol, and I'm representing the president of the Sierra Leone Insurance Association. The president of the Sierra Leone Insurance Association is the managing director of the Oriel Insurance Company, and he has asked me to ably represent him this morning in this seminar or meeting with the universities and tertiary institutions. At present, the Sierra Leone Insurance Association is operating under the laws enacted in 2016 as the Insurance Act of Sierra Leone. And that's the reason why we have the Sierra Leone Insurance Commission, who is regulating our activities. The Insurance Association, we have our key functions in the industry. We encourage the development of insurance market in the country, and as far as possible, we know that we are playing that role. We are promoting insurance education in Sierra Leone. We are still working with you guys, the tertiary institution, and I believe our commission has also approached you guys pertaining to insurance education. At present, we only have Milton Magai that is doing some insurance education in Sierra Leone. But nonetheless, at present, we have IFC going on, in Insurance Foundation course is going on at present. We also have the Institute of Insurance, West African Institute of Insurance in the Gambia, who is also rendering some services in ensuring that we promote and we educate our members for competency in the insurance industry. We liaise with other associations or similar bodies with regards to regular mutual interests and to obtain affiliation with such association, whether within or outside the territory of Sierra Leone. We also have, as one of our objectives, that we are going to train our insurance players, our insurance employees in the market. We have the Nigerian Institute of Insurance want to sign an MOU with us so that Sierra Leoneans who have the requirement or are working in the industry can also take their exam here in Sierra Leone. We are working on that at present. Encourage the exchange of business among companies and to facilitate the exchange of information, data, statistics, and experience of member companies. We are meeting as an association, and so we exchange ideas also. We also we have what we call co-insurance. That one is also existing. If the portfolio is too much for you, we will ask your other companies in the industry to share that risk with that person. We promote support and propose amendments to legislation and other matters affecting the industry. That's our role too. We also we have input in the Insurance Act, and we also work with the Sierra Leone Insurance Commission. Of course, they are in regular consultation with the association pertaining to legislation and policies in running the insurance industry in Sierra Leone. We promote social interaction. Of course, we have several of that, and we do other things of interest to members in the industry. And of course, you will hear from the introduction that most of the insurance companies are here this morning to participate in this seminar this morning. We mitigate risk, and we are pleased to inform the insuring public that all our registered companies have the full capacity to settle claim. This one, I think almost all of the insurance companies, they have their website. You can go there and look at their financial statements, and you will see that claims are being settled. We don't want the aspects of the insuring public saying that insurance companies don't pay claims. We are ensuring, together with our regulator, that if your claim is genuine, that claims must be settled and settled promptly. So we want to assure you of those who want to join that the Insurance Association is there to ensure that your interest is always there in front of our activities. Let me also take this opportunity in conclusion that to thank Universal Brokerage Services. I want to singularly highlighted Mr. Victor Sheriff. He has been in the forefront of life businesses in Sierra Leone. He has started it several years. When I joined the industry in 2009, I saw Mr. Sheriff. He was the one who have grown the life assurance policy in the industry so far, single-handedly. I'm confident of what I'm saying. I'm sure of what I'm saying. We started it with Fitco, and today is in Universal Brokerage Services. I mean, our MD here for IIC can attest to that too. And so we want to assure you that whoever will buy any of the policies we are offering as an industry, you are saving towards a prosperous future. I want to thank you for your attention, and I appreciate it.
Thank you, sir, from the Sierra Leone Insurance Association. One thing I picked up from your statement, which restored confidence in me, is the full capacity to settle claim. Our guests from the universities, I want them to know that if they opt for life assurance through Universal Insurance Brokerage Services, their future is okay. Because all the insurance companies present here today have the full capacity to settle claims. Before the next speaker come on, I just want to give some basic principles and concepts of life assurance. Life assurance is an important part of the insurance program of an individual, family, and organization. Life insurance products can be effectively used to protect the assets and liability and individual or family, as well as provide way to accumulate funds for retirement and estate planning. Quite recently, IIC paid a mortgage claim to someone who took loan from one of the banks, a mortgage claim. That serves well for the family and as well as the banks, because if that house was not insured, the family would have thrown out. But because of the insurance, the mortgage insurance they have, the insurance company stepped in. That is a kudos to IIC. So I want to assure you, all the guests from the universities, to start thinking of that. Because they have various policies, life products, they underwrite, which you will find attractive for your future. At this juncture, I call on a representative from the Sierra Leone Police to make statements. Please come.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, everybody. I am Mrs. Juliet Kumbakondo, Superintendent of Police, representing the Director of Human Resources, who is unavoidably absent this morning. The Sierra Leone Police personnel for the past 12 years have registered with insurance companies on a monthly contribution deduction from their salaries. A few years back, we were having challenges with few companies in the area of payments, of benefits, and claims to contributing personnel. Personnel that retired from the force suffer for their payments for months without getting their benefits or claims. In fact, some of them died in the process, and their families will suffer, will work for months before getting their claims and their benefits. But however, with the appointment of Universal Brokerage Services as a broker between the SLP and partnering insurance companies, we observed better performance from the companies, and payments of benefits are forthcoming. There is now solace between the SLP and the companies due to the improved working relationship with the universal brokers and the insurance companies in Sierra Leone. Companies that owe police personnel monies have paid their benefits, and some are still paying on a regular basis. Therefore, we want to thank the management of the Universal Brokerage Services for their timely intervention with the companies, insurance companies, and the SLP. If not, some of us would have withdrawn from the companies. But because of their services, we appreciate them, and we are asking you people to go ahead, as our last speaker spoke. You just be a contributor. You will not regret joining these companies for your life. Amen. God bless.
Thank you, Madam Superintendent, for that laudable gesture on Universal. First and foremost, you are making monthly contributions. Then you find out that you are having challenges. When I joined Universal Brokerage Services, I observed that they prepared complaint form, and this complaint form was taken all over Sierra Leone to all the police personnel, and they have a lot of complaints about the problems the policyholders we are facing. I think with that, Universal able to meet with the various insurance companies in order to settle this claim. That is kudos on Universal. As the the Insurance Association speaker mentioned, Mr. Victor Sherif is the Chief Operating Officer of Universal Insurance Brokerage Services. He started this life assurance, although life assurance was here before, but he came with a different style of life assurance almost 12 years ago. He started with IC and went to other insurance companies. And now most of the companies will talk about that. So at this juncture, I will invite one of our client, the ARSLAF, to make a statement.
The representatives from the various insurance companies, managing directors, and other staff represented here. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Saliu Kalon, Major, representing Colonel R.R. Bundo, who happens to be the Commanding Officer for Armed Forces Personnel Center, Republic of Sierra Leone Armed Forces, ARSLAF for short. I am gratified to be in your midst today to witness the introduction of life assurance to employees and of universities and colleges. Like I've said, I'm Major Saliu Kalon, currently the liaison officer to the insurance companies and other financial institutions doing business with the Republic of Sierra Leone Armed Forces, ARSLAF for short. Over the period, the senior management of the Ministry of Defense of Republic of Sierra Leone Armed Forces hired the services of Universal Brokerage Services, UBS for short, in the person of Mr. Victor Sherif, to serve as a broker. I'm told as one of the policy demands for insurance, you need to have a broker to serve as a liaison between the client and the insurance company, for which Mr. Victor Sherif was duly appointed to serve as a broker for ARSLAF. Mr. Sherif has served as in that capacity for 2 years and more, for which his term of office has been renewed and extended. These insurance companies, namely Reliance Insurance Trust Corporation, the International Insurance Company, Capital Assurance Express Company, National Insurance Company, Sierra Leone Insurance Company, and Staco Insurance Company are the insurance companies ARSLAF is doing business with. And like the previous speaker just said, all of us are clients in the various insurance companies as you may wish, and these contributions are done or subscriptions are done on a monthly basis as the insurance policy demands in the various institutions. We have experienced a very good and effective payment plan in the various insurance companies since their inception, because life after retirement is very difficult, and that is the time each and every one of us seated here now must be taken care of, because at that time you need to have somebody who needs to take care of you, either a family member or a loved one. And most often, from my experience as liaison officer over the years, personnel or retirees have left us because of lack of that care. So the only fallback is those insurance companies for which you have been remitting your monthly subscriptions for help. So, to me and the ARSLAF, I think it is very, very important and expedient for us all to be part of those insurance companies. ARSLAF had made it mandatory for all personnel serving to make sure that they must be part and parcel of each of those insurance companies. You can choose to have 2, 3, 4, and 5 as you wish. For me, I'm a member of all of those insurance companies I've named here, because I know what it means to be part of an insurance company, and I've seen the benefits of them. A few months back, we held a meeting with all these insurance companies named just now at the headquarters, Joint Force Command, and the MDs represented here, we are all present. All their staff, we are part of that meeting. The meeting was geared towards having a harmonized procedure in terms of how payment of claims could be settled so that the well-being of retirees could be good after work, after retirement. In line with that, these insurance companies have done extremely well with the advent of Mr. Victor Sharif, who has been the broker between the ASLAF and the insurance companies as named. We are having a peaceful coexistence, like we have said, as the insurance policy demands that there must be a broker in between the clients and the insurance companies, so that it will be a win-win situation. SLICOM, Sierra Leone Insurance Company, who is the regulatory body for these insurance companies in Sierra Leone, was also present in that meeting. And I believe they are like I said, the regulatory body who is responsible to checkmate the insurance companies if there is anything lagging behind. My final word this morning, having been part of this meeting or this seminar, is just requesting the services of SLICOM and ASLAF to be strengthened if we have to see the progress of the insurance companies as stated here this morning. Over and above all, I want to express my profound gratitude for being here this morning, and wish that the various insurance companies, through SLICOM, if they are ably represented here, to ensure that payment of claims is facilitated speedily, and to ensure that retirees are as expected by retirees, so that we will not revert to the previous situation wherein retirees have to wait for years, if not months, for their claims to be paid, or their beneficiaries to have whatever is their due. At this juncture, I want to thank you very much for inviting me to be part of this meeting. Thank you.
This is not a pen. Thank you, Major, for that wonderful statement and the commendation to Universal Brokerage Services and the insurance company represented here today. Because quite recently, Universal Brokerage Services organized a tour for the military in order to increase their premium, and that tour was successful. They did that tour with Capital Assurance and other insurance companies. I think that tour was successful. Now, Universal organized a tour again for the police and National Insurance Company, and they are on the tour right now. They are now in the eastern parts of the provinces. As Major was saying, people may want to ask, why life insurance? Though the keynote speaker, an insurance guru, a life expert, will have to say most of this. But a life insurance policy is not a contract of indemnity, but is a valued policy that pays a named beneficiary a stated sum upon the death of the insured. I hope you will testify that. The event insured is an uncertain time of death. Death is premature if it occurs during an individual's economic productive period. In such cases, there are often unfulfilled and unexpected financial commitments that must be met. These expenses will fall upon the survivors if proper financial planning were not in place. That's the essence of life assurance. If you do not take up life assurance during a time when you are working and you have dependents behind you, accidents could occur or death could happen at any time. That's why life insurance is important. Before going further, we are calling on representatives from the universities and colleges to come and make a statement up here. Please. What the list? The list. The list. Please let me have the list so that I will call them one by one to come and make statements.
One per university.
Okay. I will first and foremost call Alhaji Y. Kene from IPAM to come and make a statement.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I stand on existing protocols. Actually, at IPAM, I'm not aware of any insurance scheme, but I can say that insurance, journey insurance, is actually, we have some bad perception about insurance in this country. Probably there have been some positive campaigns by RSLAC and the Sierra Leone police. Probably that will change the mindset of Sierra Leoneans. For us as staff, we actually want to join insurance because everybody wants to be assured. I'm not here to say much because, as I said, I'm not aware of any insurance scheme at IPAM, but I will advise that, and I'm happy also for this universal brokerage services, that they are now actually acting as an intermediary between the brokers and the employees. I will also advise that I heard from the previous speaker talking about genuineness of the claim, genuinity of the claim. I think they have to go back and redefine genuinity, what genuinity is when it comes to claim, because this is what is causing problem for most people, and this is what is creating fear in some of us. Because at the end of the day, let's say, for example, the chairman just mentioned about death, accident. This can occur, and I've spent my resources, I've paid my resources probably monthly to the insurance companies. I don't actually want when my relatives will be crying and at the same time struggling to get my benefit. So from here, I'm actually going back and discuss this with the administrators and other staff members and explain to them the benefit, because now probably my confidence or our confidence has started building based on the statement from AUSLAF and the Sierra Leone police. Probably that will change the mindset. But it is not only about me. You also need to go back and do more advert so that you can actually change the mindset. Because probably it is easy for me to understand, but it's still difficult for people, because when you go around, people will say, because I don't think it's necessary for police to hunt me for insuring my vehicle. I think that is only happening because we are still not yet confident in the insurance companies. So I think they've done a lot. We appreciate them, especially from what our brothers have said, but we want them to do more and give us that confidence, because it is very important to insure, but I think you need assurance. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Alaji from IPAM. I want you to rest assured that these insurance companies here today will restore and allay your fears. At this juncture, I will call a representative from EBK to come and make a statement. A representative from EBK. Okay, Macaulay. Is he here? No, we, according to the letter before then, we said we just come to just present something else. Well, okay, we do not want to take just one representative from the university. That's why we are calling.
Good morning, everybody. I will just go with my colleague from IPAM. Everything is said. I'll just go with it, and I'll go back and talk to my bosses, and because insurance is a good thing, you know. Like everybody has said, when you retire, you need something to fall back on, and it's new to us anyway. So I'll just go back and let them know. Thank you.
Thank you. According to the program, we do not specify each and every college or university to make a statement. I will just say a representative. But I thought it fit for you people that have traveled a long way to make a short statement. That's why I'm calling. So we are sorry about that. Next, I will call Jennifer Thompson from Commerce to make a statement, please.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. As the chairman has said, I'm Jennifer Thompson. I'm representing the Deputy Registrar of Commerce. I want to agree with what the first speaker said on behalf of universities. Insurance is relatively new to all of us. But I want to congratulate you for organizing this program. It's a very laudable venture. I am going back to my college, to my constituents and the administration to inform them about these packages and to get us on board so that we too can benefit from the insurance brokerages. Now please, I'm having problems with life assurance and life insurance. Secondly, can you introduce Mr. Sheriff to us? Everybody has been talking about Mr. Sheriff. Is he here?
No, he's not here.
I think that's about all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Madam Jennifer. I don't want you to confuse about assurance and insurance. Assurance on life is you insured against death. You will not know when the death will going to happen, but certainly you must die one day. That is assurance. In the aspect of insurance, that is for the short-term policy, 1 year policy, motor, fire, accident insurance. You're insuring against an unforeseen something. It could happen, it could not may happen. So that is an insurance. But as I said, the keynote speaker, when he come up to the podium, will address certain issue for you. I want to give you the differences between life assurance products and general insurance products. A life assurance is a long-term business, usually effected for more than 1 year, while a general insurance policy is a short-term policy with 1 year duration. For you, madam, that is one. 2, a life assurance is a valued policy with maturity value determined at the outset of the policy, while a general insurance is a policy of indemnity. 3, a life assurance is effected upon the life based on either death or survival, while a general insurance is effected on a properties and pecuniary, as I have just mentioned. 4, in life insurance, insurable interest exists only at the beginning of the policy and not required at the time of claim, while in general insurance, insurable interest exists at both the inception of the policy and at the time of the claim, except on marine insurance where it exists only at the time of claim and not at the inception of the policy. 5, in life assurance, the event insured against is known beforehand, that is death, but the time of the occurrence of the event is unknown. You will never know when you will die. In general insurance, both the event and the time of occurrence of the event are unknown before they occur. 6, in life assurance, disclosure of material facts are required at the inception of the policy, while in general insurance, the duty of disclosure is reviewed at every renewal. 7, in life assurance, there are more than one party to the contract: the assured, the life assured, and the policy holder versus the assurer, that is the insurance company. While in general insurance, there are only 2 parties to the contract: the insured and the insurer. So that's the difference between life assurance, because life assurance, you insured against death, but you never know when you are going to die. It is assured, it is assurable. You one day will have to die. That's why they call it life assurance. At this juncture, I will call somebody who came from Bond Technical College, Reverend Yakumba Waikonte, to make a presentation.
Okay, good morning, everybody. Let me join my colleagues on standing on the existing protocols. First of all, I'm grateful to be considered to be part of this gathering. I know it's not easy to invite someone from the island to go to any part of the country. Let me first of all start by saying that as we discuss insurance and assurance, one thing that came to my mind is presently we are engaged in training seafarers to be involved in both shore-based and offshore vessels and institutions. And as we work on developing a memorandum of understanding with institutions to take our students on the job training, there is an item of that program, that memorandum, that talks about insurance. And We quickly removed that one from the memorandum of understanding, thinking about how it will cost our institution to insure, all those students. But as we discuss, I begin to, think positively about how we can try to invite maybe one of the insurance companies to discuss this issue and to see what it will take to ensure that our students can actually go on board vessels, and insured. Let me say that before I came, just like my colleagues who have spoken before me, when we discussed this invitation, comments came, and many people were saying, we have NACIT already, we are contributing to NACIT, why insurance? Why insurance? We know that when we retire, NACIT is going to take over, NACIT is going to pay our benefit, etc., etc. But I'm beginning to think differently, and I want to ask insurance companies, because I heard from previous speakers that they are already touring the country to, sensitize tertiary institutions about the various products that they have. Please continue that, because you can never join anything that you don't know about. So I'm quite sure that if these messages reach our colleagues, our employees, it will yield a very fruitful dividend, and all of us will benefit. So we invite the insurance companies to visit our institutions so that I'm sure we can discuss in detail when actually we sit in our own environment. We can ask questions and things could be further explained. So that is my own take. And let me end by saying thank you for inviting us. We'll make sure that this time we have spent here will not be a wasted time. Thank you.
Thank you, Reverend Yakuba, for that statement. For the question you asked about NACIT and this life assurance, NACIT is a pensionable, according to the government of Sierra Leone. Before, life insurance company were doing what NACIT is doing now. But NACIT is for pensioners like you people at the time of your retirement. But life assurance, if you take life assurance now, anything happens to you, your survivors will have to be looked into. But NACIT, until the 180 months they gave before the NACIT proceeds are paid. I want to allay your fears that at any time from now, from what you just requested for this insurance, through us, we will go along with a reputable insurance company to your institutions. So don't worry about that. At this juncture, I'm just trying to, I'm calling somebody from Freetown Teachers College, Sia E. Sumana, to make a brief statement, please.
Good morning, everybody. I stand on all protocols. I want to thank the Universal Brokerage Service for inviting higher institutions to witness this program today.
As the Freetown Teachers College, well, I'm the acting registrar at the moment at the Freetown Teachers College. We have had the experience of few insurance companies, although I was not part of any of the beneficiaries, especially with STACO. During the Ebola, we had the experience of staff members who passed away, and we observed that claims were not paid. When we asked them, they told us it was a crisis, so they could not address those issues because it was a lot, but we just had few. But after that incident, the confidence of staff members were reduced, but with the introduction and the invitation of the brokerage service, we just hope that this will build up the confidence of other staff members. And we are also expecting that outreach programs will be organized by the newer insurance companies to build up the confidence of staff members, because the staff has grown. And I think that's all we have to say, and we just hope and pray as the Universal Brokerage Service has started this, they will also in turn inform the insurance companies that are part of this business of ensuring that they have to work hand in hand with the institutions, and also perhaps if it becomes a policy that all institutions will have their staff members become members of these insurance companies, that will be better. But if it's just left openly and it is voluntary, I'm sure most of them will not want to be part of it. But I want to assure you that if it becomes a policy, perhaps that will encourage staff members of these institutions to be members of insurance companies. On that note, I want to thank you very much for inviting us.
Thank you, Madam Sia from FTC. Please, I want to allay your fears. For that STACO, maybe there are conditions on the policy. Maybe the death occurred under an exception of the policy. That's why. Because the policy, yes, when there is a time of claim, that's the time the insured will go through the policy, read the policy, then the insured will take note of the exception. So maybe that particular person who was insured at STACO, because as you mentioned, it was through that Ebola time. Maybe it is an exception under the policy. Okay, at this juncture, I will call Emmanuel Calon from Eastern Polytechnic, Kenema, to come and make a statement. Please.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman, and all present here. Standing on the existing protocol, because what I want to say, it has been almost said by all of us that have been speakers here. But in any case, I just have to say a word or two. And in line with the Acting Registrar, FTC, I think we had similar problem. I never wanted to name the insurance company, but she has done that for me. Thank you very much, ma'am. And you see, sometimes back, 2012, 13, around that range, they went to us, make statements, they convinced some of our staff, they joined them, but along the way, we don't know what happened along the way. The issue just come to a halt. Our staff make proposal for claim. It was difficult to come by. It was really challenging. So in as much as today we are here with UBS. I think this is a laudable venture, and we appreciate that. But you see, attitude formation, direct experience is the best attitude formation. And just as from our local dialect, to say, in Mende I quote, I'm a Mende Maniko, they say, Jaya Ewape Guanuma. In a sense, every time you are going to a river, taking off your trouser, you know that's a normal situation. Why can't you change and adapt to it and cross the river always? So, but if this has been done, now the mindset of people, even the confidence of joining the insurance company is going to be very difficult. So, as you started launching this crusade, I think if even I return back to Kenema, I said, this is a very laudable one, and this is more reliable than the one you operated with. It will be very difficult to believe, except the kind of movement you've now started and the success stories we've just had from the military personnel and the police force. I think that will build their confidence again. We started building their confidence again that no, maybe this is going to be a good thing for us. But if that is not the case, it's really going to be very difficult for people to convince. Like in the case of NACIT, we know NACIT is meant as a safety net for the aged. That is clearly spelled out. But from all what we've listened today, we know the insurance will be really relevant for those that are working, as you likely said, wages and salary earner. Because you can see the reality in it as long as we are seeing the transparency. And if that is the case, then I see no need why workers should not be paying insurance also. But one of the things that is disturbing with real unions is the communication flow between companies, government, or any organization to the masses. And if this is not doing well, then for us to get the result we are expecting is going to be very difficult. On that note, I rest my case and I thank you all for this wonderful moment.
Thank you, sir. It's better that we organize this meeting for such a nature. Now, before organizing this meeting, we met with the Insurance Association presidents. This goes for all the insurance companies, that the insurance company should come with one policy that they would present to the universities and colleges. And if they agree with that policy, then we will know how to market. We will lead the different companies. We say company A and B will go to ABK, company C and D will go to this. But I assured the universities and colleges that what you want, you will get it from us. So at this juncture, we will invite statement from Tertiary Education Commission. I don't know if they are here. The Tertiary Education Commission. We invited them because they facilitated this thing for us. We wrote the secretary and he replied to us, refer us to the different colleges. That's why we invited them here. We don't know if any representative is here from the Tertiary Education Commission. At this juncture, I will call a representative from the insurance company. But they said a representative, but I will call a named person to make a statement since they are underwriting life. 2 people, I will call them from the podium to come and talk. First and foremost, I call somebody from ORL. Madam ORL, please.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. All protocols observed. I bring you greetings from the management Board of Directors, management and staff of the Oriel Insurance Company. And we want to thank Universal Brokerage for giving us this opportunity. Also, we want to assure you that we'll definitely render a sincere and diligent service at all times. The Oriel Insurance Company Limited was incorporated in November 1986. And Oriel Insurance Company is registered as an insurance company under the 1971 Insurance Company Act. It is the first indigenous public liability company in Sierra Leone. We offer a range of insurance products, general and life, meaning we are fully composite. I want to take you through some of the products, especially with regards to the life assurance that we do offer. Oriel Insurance offers the group life assurance, mortgage protection, endowment, and incorporating the Osusu plan as well. And I want to assure you with regards to the claim that we have a decent history going through our records. In 2013, the death claim paid was 1,500,000, and so many others following. You can liaise with the commissioner for proof. I want to quickly run through the group life assurance. This is an insurance product that we do offer for beneficiaries, for organizations that will decided to cover their employees in the course of employment. It actually covers death in service benefit, meaning that the amount will be paid to the beneficiary upon death. We offer mortgage protections for those that will take out the loan assurance. The outstanding loan amount will be paid in the event of death, meaning your beneficiary will be free from debt. We do offer endowment policies as well. This one is a little bit special because it provides the saving aspect, meaning you too will be a survivor, not only the beneficiary. The savings aspect, when you pay up to the term of the policy, the sum assured will be given to you plus interest accrued. And in the event of death, the beneficiary will be paid the full amount. We will not say the list, but it's important product. We all knew about the Osusu that goes on in the market, but this one is the insurance Osusu plan. And it's this special because it's safe with an insurance company. Nobody will run away with your money. And then upon death, the amount will be paid irrespective of the fact that maybe you have contributed, say, 500 per month, and you are contributing 500, say, for a year, which will be 6 million. In the event of death, the 6 million will have to be paid to your beneficiaries. We do offer other products, which I'll just mention, the general, the motor, the life, the medical. I'll proudly say that Oriel Insurance is the first to offer the medical insurance in Sierra Leone. I want to just lay some emphasis on certain things that I observed while my colleagues was doing their presentation. Claims, I've addressed that for the police and the SLAJ to assure you that we have decent claim records. And for commerce, the life assurance products, the difference is like you are certain. In fact, the amount is agreed upon inception. So right away, you know what will be paid to you in the event of death. That one is key. And then for bonds, with insurance and NACIT, insurance is very speedier. That's one. And then we have, you can take as many policies as you want, even though you have NACIT. You can also take insurance policies. The reason being assurance, we're talking about life assurance. Assurance is certainty. It covers death, which is certain to occur. And because of that, we cannot place a value on life. So with that, you can take as many life policies as possible because we cannot place a value of life as compared to the other insurance product like the general, in which you have to be indemnified. According to your value, you cannot make a profit out of it. But with life, we cannot place a value, so you have as much policies as possible. And then with regards to the Ebola, kindly ensure, in fact, I encourage the insurance companies to make it a point of duty as per the Consumer Insurance Act of 2015 to ensure that the products you sell to your clients are clear and well explained. Because for the Ebola situation, this is an exclusion and it is a pandemic. It's like war exclusion, which worldwide generally is not covered. So please note that one. With that, I want to say thank you. And please try Oriel Insurance Company located at 54 Shaka Stevens Street, Kisi House. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam, from the Oriel Insurance Company. I want to be fair here. That's why I'm calling all the insurance companies represented here. Now, I will now call on Mr. Solomon Sise from Reliance Insurance to make a statement. Mr. Solomon Sise, please come up the podium, please.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. And I want to thank you all for coming. Actually, it was not in the agenda that I should speak. However, we are soldiers, we are always ready. It is indeed a laudable venture for universal brokers. What I realize here from what the deliberations is that the awareness of insurance in this country is actually down. And this is a very good idea. And I want to allay your fears, especially the tertiary institutions and the universities, that there is good news for you, and I believe it's better late than never. Because the challenges we encountered with some of the institutions, I believe with the advent of the insurance companies to the universities and tertiary institutions, those mistakes that we did back there will be amended. And with the intervention of universal brokers, I want to assure you that you will receive better services from us. For, of course, there are personnel here that have actually give a testament to what insurance companies are actually doing. The records are there to be verified. There are thousands and millions, if not millions, of Sierra Leoneans that are actually benefited for life assurance. You can check our offices, visit our office, we'll show you records. And just as the personnel was saying, especially from ARSLAF, insurance companies in this country, especially those of us who are actually dealing with these group policies, can actually attest that there are families, there are livelihoods that have been changed. We have wiped away tears from the eyes of weeping families. The records are there. It's unfortunate that I didn't come with figures here, and we are not here for that. But what I'm saying here is, we want to allay your fears that this venture will be fruitful and beneficial to you. Insurance penetration in this country is very low. The perception out there actually has been very negative, but I believe this is a turnaround. And we are going to make sure that we prove ourselves. We have the regulators, the records are also there. It's just that in every institution you have challenges. You have good and bad in every organization, in every institution, that I can assure you. But also, we have very good insurance companies with very good records, with very clean records, I can assure you. And I want to tell you, Rich Corp is one of them. The name is out there, the records are there. We don't speak grammar, we speak practicality. If you want to check our office, you can see us at 34 Percival Street. Thank you very much, and I want to thank you for this occasion.
Thank you, Mr. Solomon Sise. I will not say anything now, but just inviting the company. I will now call on the Deputy Managing Director, okay, Mr. Alistair Bangura from National Insurance Company to make a statement, please.
I wish to stand on existing protocols. As the chairman stated, I am Alistair Melville Bangura, the Life and Pensions Assistant Manager of the National Insurance Company, which is the first indigenous company in Sierra Leone. Many of you in this house today will not be aware, but prior to the establishment of the National Social Security and Insurance Trust, NASIT, the NIC back in the 80s and 90s, we are offering life assurance products to both group as well as individuals, to members of the FBC for the college. As a company, we deal with both life and non-life products. Our life product, or life products in general when it comes to insurance, is really broad. It can be broken down into 3 parts or 3 products. That is whole life insurance, you've got term assurance, and you've got endowment policies. Our endowment policies are very flexible. They are not rigid at all. These are products that can be tailored not just to meet groups of people, but individuals as well. As the first indigenous company, of course, we've got tons of experience in dealing with life assurance products. For example, our Deputy Managing Director who is here with me, she's got over 40 years experience in the insurance industry. I want to assure all of you here from the universities as well as the colleges that are gathered here, that the NIC will provide quality service to meet you as individuals and as a collective. You have our full assurance.
Thank you, Mr. Alistair Bangura. At this juncture, I will call Capital Insurance, the manager of Life Capital.
Yourself to viewers.
Okay, my name is Mohammed Sanko. I'm the general manager of Universal Brokerage Services Limited. I was working at the Reliance Insurance Company before, because I got retired in July 2020 and joined this Universal Brokerage Services.
So today we saw you people introducing life assurance to employees of university and colleges. So can you please tell us first, what is this life assurance?
Well, life assurance is different from the, as I mentioned in my statement earlier on about life assurance. Life assurance has 2 components. You have the saving aspect of it, and you have the life aspect, that is maturity. The saving aspect is if the assured died before the term he took the policy for, they will have to pay him, pay the beneficiaries. But if he survived up to the time that is the maturity date, the full sum assured will have to be paid to the assurance. That is the life assurance. But it has death cover. The death cover is what I'm just trying to tell you, that you are taking the policy for your beneficiaries and for your independent, because anything can happen. It is death you are insuring against, and if death happens at any time, then your beneficiary will have to be paid the proceeds of the policy.
Now, why taking it to employees of university and that of colleges?
Because we are marketer, we are intermediary, we are broker. We think that the awareness of insurance is not all that penetrated to the insuring public. That's why we started with the universities and the colleges, for them to get aware. As you heard from them, most of them did not know anything about this life assurance, and it is better for us that we did this thing.
Now, hearing from other universities, from other staff of other universities, they made it clear saying that they do not have interest in insurance because of the experiences they've had in insurance. So, what is different with this life assurance that you've just introduced to them?
Well, as you heard from one of the speakers, it was the perception they had before, especially about this motor insurance. You know, the speaker from Slico gave the 3 types of cover that motor insurance cover. But at times, people do not understand that when they took motor insurance for their vehicle, third party, they think that the third party will be responsible in case their vehicle involved in an accident. They do not have the idea of that. So on life assurance is different. As I told you earlier on, you are insuring something that you know will happen, but the time of the happening you not know. Death is certainly to occur, but you don't know the time you will die. That's why. And life assurance is very, very beneficial for the beneficiaries in case death occur at any time. You just add what the IC managing director said, that in case somebody paid 50,000 for as his premium and died after 1 month, the full sum assured of 50 million, if the sum assured at that time is what you opted for, will be paid to the people. That's why we said life insurance is very important, and it's different from these nurses as they were asking about nurses. Some of them have nurses, some of them, while the essence of life assurance. So life assurance is different from these nurses.